The first tool we will show is Compare tool. With the Compare tool, we are able to compare two various formulas. For instance, advanced formula with its whole history, for instance, the most recent one, and the same advanced formula with some other version, so we can check the differences among various versions inside the system. For formula data, raw materials, nutrients, and we can see that differences are highlighted. For instance, in this case, the crude protein is different. The fat is different, and there is no nutrient energy temporary in this version of the formula. All tabs are available for the analysis. We can also compare different formulas. For instance, webinar tests with the advanced formula can also be checked, and we can see what the differences were. There are a lot of differences in this case because those are two completely different formulas. There is also a possibility to have a single page compare and to print this report on a single page. The second tool for analysis is RMN matrix, and this matrix shows all nutrients per all raw materials, so a nutritionist as an expert can have a quick overview of the whole database. If there are some problems with this tool, we can easily navigate and find the problem with the data. RMN matrix can be filtered by a raw material filter, for instance, corn, and we can see all nutrients, only 4 raw materials that have corn in the name. Or for nutrient groups, raw material groups, their formulas, specific formula, and we can choose sorting in 4 different ways. Similarly, there is also FRM matrix. With this matrix, we can check all raw materials per formulas, the results, the contributions, and compositions of raw materials inside a specific formula. We can see, for instance, that oats will be habited in this formula, R01 beef, and in 007 webinar test. Then some other raw materials that are available in other formulas. This way, we can easily navigate and track the problems with the database, with formulas, with raw materials, and find what is used and where. For configurations and tools, we have additional costs. In additional costs, we can have different items such as bag and print, disperse, new item, which we can delete, and operation and maintenance. For instance, we can create a new item, temporary cost, it's in percent. We can add a new description and choose dollars in this case and save it. Now we can save a new pattern. We have a summer pattern, winter pattern, and we can make a new pattern. Bag and print is $1 per kilo. Disperse is 0.5%, $500 in operations and maintenance costs, and $25 in temporary costs. Once it's saved, we have a new pattern. These patterns and these additional costs can be used in formulas. When we open a formula, go to the Additional Cost Items tab, and all the additional costs are added here. With their values, we can configure per formula, but also we can load the pattern we have just created. New pattern, and all our values are loaded here. Once this is saved, a new formula will impact total cost calculation. Also, these additional costs can be seen in formula cost analysis. In this case, we created that for another formula. We will find it, webinar test, click yes, click on formulate. The formula isn't feasible. We have a problem with nutrient ratio. We will edit this formula. Go to nutrient ratios. We can exclude this problematic constraint. Go back, click on formulate, and we can see that our total cost is much higher than the batch price cost. We can analyze and see why. Go to formula cost analysis, where you can see that we have variable costs for raw materials, bag and print, and disperse in total of $5,571. There's a total cost, which is variable plus fixed cost in this amount, and that is our formula cost analysis.